Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Square Syndrome. I am not the Republic member of the United States House of Representatives from 1973 to 2003, Ben Gilman. I'm just Ben Gilman. As always, I'm joined by a man who is not the Women's Association's female assistant, whatever the fuck he is, Tom Hill. It's the real Tom Hill. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not joined by the Dan Rudge, who is a British engineer who built high-end cycles and whatever the fuck that is. It's our Dan Rudge. Hello, Dan.
All right.
Lovely. I'm also not joined by a convicted rapist who was released from prison in Wandsworth, Troy Salmon.
What?
It's a nice, real Troy Salmon. Hello, mate.
I can't go
That's
with
a
that.
harsh pick.
No, I can't do that. No.
Hey,
no.
this is what I found when I put your names in Google.
No,
So,
I ain't going by that. Disclaimer.
See, mine and Dan's were all right.
Nope, I'm not backing that. No.
I
The
was
choices
Senate.
of introduction chosen by Ben Gilman are not
Yes.
necessarily the choices of introduction that would
Exactly.
be chosen by
We
Square
would
Eyes.
just like to say Troy Salmon's not on any list, basically.
No, definitely not.
Harsh.
Well, hi,
man.
guys.
Harsh.
Off camera, it was going to get nasty. Right, yeah. There we go. So anyway, how is everyone?
Yeah, right.
I got...
Good.
There's a gentleman that has been saying hi to me in Ilford when I've been doing my shopping recently. And finally today I took my headphones off. He always smiles at me. I smile back at him. Today I finally figured out what he was trying to tell me. You're quite tall, dude. Would you like some crack? So, you know.
And did you?
No.
How generous.
His attempts to make me the new Ilford drug baron has failed, unfortunately.
It's just one person trying to do a favor for another.
I know.
It's not what you know, it's what you blow.
That's the last time I take my fucking headphones off in the street to talk to a stranger. I've learnt my lesson. Like, seriously, what is wrong with London? How you all been anyway?
Whew, we're all right. Just chilling mostly. Tell me ass. I'm just like resting my bones. You know how it goes.
Okay. Everyone else?
Yeah, I've been carrying on, doing my thing. Not much changes week to week.
Lovely.
Nothing else. Top.
Okay. Okay. So, Tom, you've been quite quiet.
Yeah, man, I was having a biscuit, so I was on mute.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Something.
At the minute, Tom is winning on who has had the best week.
I wouldn't
really
say
not.
mine being bad. I would just say, like, it's surprising that now next time people say, why do you always have your headphones on? Now you know. And WWE has just released Samoa Joe, Chelsea Green, Kalisto, Tucker, Bo Dallas, and Wesley Blake.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, just saw it.
Fuck me. Okay,
Samoa Joe.
Joe's out.
Oh, I'm not joking, bro. Samoa Joe's gone.
I
Mickey
knew something
James
had
and
to
Billy
happen because he
Kay.
was off the commentary team, but...
Mickey James and Billy Kay have also gone. Yeah.
Oh, gee, hell.
Here
Right,
we
we are
go.
not talking about wrestling. We are
No,
not.
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
wrestling.
We're not.
Stop that.
That is breaking news. So anyway,
We will discuss that when we have finished the podcast. And
Yes.
believe me, we will discuss that when we have finished the podcast.
okay. So I'm gonna go first and get my shit out of the way if it's okay with you guys.
Go on, Ben.
Feel free, man.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about Rugrats.
Oh wow, Rugrats. Okay.
My God.
Damn, we do the archives for that one.
So I love this show because Angelica is a bitch and it's based on my sister. So, yeah, I'm fucking going there this week. Basically, it's a if you don't know, it's a American animated TV show created in 1991. It got revived. Oh dear God! It's about a bunch of babies who talk when their parents aren't around, and it's really, really good. I love it. What's your favorite parts of the show, guys? Besides Angelica, who's my sister.
My boy Chucky.
Yeah, I'm saying Chucky.
Chucky.
I always kind of like the twins.
Hey, twins are cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
cool.
Phil and Lil are cool as well.
But I don't know whether that's because I now have two nephews who are identical twins, and I'm remembering it fondly because of that, or because to be perfectly honest, it's been a long fucking time since I even thought about Rugrats.
So
It started being on TV when I was like 6, so I was like watching that almost religiously.
Yeah, it used to be on a Saturday morning.
On 11 Kicking, which is a BBC kids show on
That's
Saturday.
wow, memory,
yeah.
live and kicking. Whew.
Yeah, so let us educate you on British television. While
Jesus.
ITV had the ridiculous Pokemon, which is shit, the BBC at least had some class and put Rugrats on.
Didn't it always used to be followed by Mike and Mice from Mars?
Oh, the classics.
But
Back in
that's a classic. That's also talk about that as well.
Wow.
That's a classic.
Sorry, not wishing to jump on your pick or anything, Ben, but just suddenly I remembered Mike and Mice from Mars.
Memories alive, all that kind of thing.
That in a minute. Right. No, but Rugrats is like a really good show. I watched it recently very quickly on YouTube. Tommy is the main character, bold slaphead of a child. He looks like he's about to die already. Basically what kids do when their parents aren't around. It's a lovely, lovely show. If you go up to someone of a certain age and start humming the theme tune, people will start singing it with you, as you saw earlier. It's one of the most addictive things of all time. I love the grandpa.
Oh, I forgot about Grandpa, yeah.
Oh, damn, Grandpa. I forgot about these characters. Always used to love the parents' dynamics. They always look stressed. Especially the dad always looks stressed.
They always look like they're on the verge of divorce.
Dad is on a breakdown, man.
The grandpa's the best, though.
Yeah, Grandpa. Oh, my days. I forgot about Grandpa. Legit forgot.
One of the finest moustaches you ever see in kids' TV, that guy. I mean, I loved the Rugrats. I mean, it was easy to watch. I've watched it back. It's quite funny. I love the fact the camera's at the point of view of the baby. It always goes to look up at the parent from the bird's eye view. It's really, really good. I mean, I think it was pretty big over here, right? Everyone knows what a Rugrat is over in this country.
Yeah, of course.
So what are your favourite aspects of the show, guys? Because obviously all three of you have seen it.
Favorite aspects of the show? I'd say the favorite aspect of the show is the camera work. I love the camera work where that the kids might be talking to each other, and then the parents are just like, wait, what are they saying? And they just zooms into them and they zooms back up to the parents. Stuff like that, and they pretend to be babies again, like, yeah, go, and stuff like that. That's how the parents see them. But at the same time, they'd always engaging in plans, doing side missions. You know what it reminds you of Rugrats? It reminds you of Toy Story a little bit. But they kind of know what they actually can do.
That's a good point.
That's always Rugrats always remind me of Toy Story.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Even the camera angles, the way it's shot.
I'd never thought of it like that, but I can see it, yeah.
Now I want to see a fucking crossover with the kids playing with the Toy Story. Give me that.
Yeah, that's how I thought it, but anyways, mine.
Give that to me, please. Fucking, that's the crossover.
Rugrats crossover.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Doug as well while we're here.
Oh, Doug! You're going with the classics, yeah, man. Okay.
Doug, yeah, bro. I'm just in an animated mood this week, so I just wanted to talk about Doug. Is about a boy called Doug Funny. His dog pork chop. I'm doing this off of my brain. It's just basically about a teenager in America. And it's also got one of those classic hummable openings. And all the characters are wonderful. I mean, who have we got here? It was mid-90s again, around the time of Rugrats. It's got the voice of Billy West, obviously Fry from Futurama. The characters I'm trying to remember, though. Pork chop, Skeeter.
Oh, Skeeter. Yeah, Skeeter. American that's about Skeeter.
He's definitely a fucking druggie. Patty, who's the love interest. She's a bit plain. Patty. And Roger, who's the bully. I love the bully. I love Roger. He's brilliant. I don't remember any other characters though. That's the problem. Would anyone like to help me out?
I literally cannot remember Doug. Like literally all of it.
He's a young dude that looks like a balding man already.
No, Doug. But I'm saying the actual characters themselves, the other characters themselves. I literally can't remember.
I just think Skeeter was like an early warning for drug use.
Only thing I remember is Doug and Skeeter. So
Skeeter was definitely a drug addict. I
it.
want to see his backstory with his parents who are on needles. That's what I want to see. Straight up with you.
Oh gosh.
It was just a really. How did it get to 7 seasons? Though? That's what I want to know.
Oh damn! I didn't remember it even went that long. I was like, huh? 7 seasons?
It's a long run.
Jeez.
But like it's up there with Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy for that 90s mix of shows that I remember. And that's another show that you can watch on Disney Plus. And Biker Mice and Mars, Tom, do you want to lead?
Like I said, man, it was an association thing of Rugrats, I think, was followed by Biker Mice from Mars, if memory serves, or it might have been before. I can't remember. But what?
Throttle, Modo, and Vinny.
Damn right.
Which one's
I had all the toys.
I still have that theme music on my iPod.
Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah, I actually still have that.
It's like a lot of people compare it to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I think this is the superior show.
Oh, I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Oh, Biker Mice from Mars was fire though. I had the
VHS and everything. Flipping awesome. But so was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, TMNT is a classic.
Child Ben has said that because they had bikes, so they were cooler.
Biker Mice for me was the cooler people for me.
They were talking turtles, man.
Yeah, Biker Mice from Mars was fire.
When you were a kid, Tom, turtles going
why this civil war?
That is in the back.
Hang on a second. Yes, they might be almost carbon copies of each other apart from some differences, but those differences do mean a lot to a kid.
It's true.
Yeah, true.
What's your opinion then, Dan? Let's hear from you.
My opinion on both of those shows is they're seminal shows in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Those are shows that, like, I came from like an Irish clan, so some of my closest friends were my cousins.
Yeah.
And my cousins Tim and Nick and me would be sat down every time that we were hanging out together for a weekend or whatever, would be sat down in the morning watching those shows. And then the rest of the day, we'd be being those characters. It's everyone has shows like that. Everyone has something that's a bit like that.
Definitely.
And don't you dare make me choose.
Choose.
No, there is no way that I can choose.
Well, I'm going to be a real prick now and talk about Bucky O Hare because I'm still quickly in my
my God.
Bucky O Hare.
I know.
Captain Bucky O Hare.
Awesome.
Such a good cartoon.
This motherfucker was skin Bugs Bunny, bro. Okay, we need to talk about how Bucky O Hare is awesome.
I probably had what was the best theme? I think the best theme for me, Mom is Alive. Best theme of all time, bro. We are the mummies.
This podcast is going crazy.
No, what is your definition in terms of? Are we talking about for cartoons or any TV show?
Because Bucky O Hare, because like that is another classic right there.
At this point, we are heading for Animaniacs 2.0.
Yeah, I think we're going down that rabbit hole, aren't we? No, but before I finish that, Bucky O Hare is it's very hardcore because like I didn't find out until the internet that there was a lot more Bucky O Hare fans than I realized when I was a kid. It's about a bunny in space called Bucky. Obviously, he's got buck teeth, just to let you know who he is. And it was only 13 seasons. It did a Firefly, and it never got any more seasons after that. So, what I am saying is Bucky O Hare is the Firefly of the animated universe.
Fair enough.
And it's brilliant. It's got a fantastic theme tune. All 5 of these have got fantastic theme tunes. Just go watch all 5 of them. That's it. I'm done. I don't even need to fucking tell you about these shows. Just go watch all 5 of them. They're brilliant. Mic drop.
All right, so who's picking up that microphone?
Ooh, who's going next? Okay, I'll do it. I'll go.
Go for it.
Okay.
Pick up those books. Let's go. Okay. So let me start off with. Let's see, which one should I start off with? Okay, start this one. All right. So I'm gonna start off with an episode, a special from Creepshow. So,
Right.
I talked about Creepshow before. Obviously,
Mhm.
that Tales from the Crypt, stuff like that. Anthology show. But this episode, this special, was called Shapeshifters Anonymous. I don't know if you guys have seen it or even heard of it. So, so this one was a good one. I was literally watching like a couple of days ago. I was like, let me just talk about it real quick. So this guy rocks up, called Robert Weston, rocks up to this AA meeting, and he says he's killed someone, and he's like, everyone's like, nah. Next meeting, guy. Next meeting. They keep pushing him away. He's like, I need to get in here. I'm a murderer. They're like, nah, we don't believe you, whatever. Because all these people in this meeting are all, guess what? Shapeshifters. So he gets in there now because this girl lets him in. She's from, what's her name? You guys know who it is because Tom and Dan, True Blood. Her name's Anna Camp, I think her name is Anna Camp. The church leader, the blonde one from True Blood.
Oh,
yeah.
her.
Okay. Yes. She's technically like the main character in this kind of special. She's like a were cheater.
Cool.
Yeah, she's a transforms like a cheater, but you never really see it until the end. So literally, she brings him in to the meeting. Then they all discuss what happened. One of them's a were tortoise. One of them could turn into a life-size turtle. One is like a wereball. One, there's this big black woman. She wants to be a hippo, but she has no powers. So literally, she just dresses up and walks around and just howls and in the hippo outfit. So that she's literally like an outcast of the group because she just lets her be there because that she's lonely, but she just wants to be part of the group. So she's there, and at the same time, its overarching villain of the episode is Santa Claus. So we go into this crazy backstory of Santa Claus's origins, yo. This is crazy. This is crazy. So the storyline where they see this book, it's called the Book of Bob. It's like there's this next version of the Bible. So they call it the Book of Bob. This is like an unwritten book that wasn't in the Bible, this part. And there's this werewolf, this special werewolf, who God chose to kill all these were creatures because they shouldn't exist. And then they created this guy called Santa Claus, yo. He's got armor. He's created all these animals, gave him armor too, and God turned against Santa Claus because he was getting too evil. He started to kill people, and then he turned to the devil, and the devil gave him these claws. It's crazy. The storyline is insane. What I'm telling you right now is awesome and crazy at the same time. It's mad. It's mental. But you're gonna love it if you see it. And then basically this massive last sequence happens now where there's this guy who's always sitting in the corner of the room. He doesn't say anything. He's quiet. He literally just stares at the door all day, and all these masses of Santa Clauses come running in because the OG Santa Claus is sending them in there to kill all these were creatures because that's where their hideout is in this AA meeting. Don't spoil too much, but this guy gets up. He goes, Santa Claus is coming. He gives them all these vials, and they transform to their true selves while they have their human knowledge at the same time, so they can control themselves when they're in that state. And then it all goes down. So I don't say too much. Because this was epic, yo. Oh yeah, Gregory Nicotero, yeah, this guy is the legend, this OG. He obviously created this show, and he directed most of these episodes and written these episodes. So you know about Gregory Nicotero, right? You know about him, right? Tom, Dan? Greg Nicotero. The legend. Basically, like George Romero's friend, did stuff like Day of the Dead, Narnia, his stuff on The Walking Dead. So you might have seen his name around. He's always basically done stuff like The Walking Dead. Probably the most we've seen for Walking Dead. I'd probably see his name floating around. He's done a lot of stuff. But Exorcist, Planet of the Apes, all that stuff. Yeah, it's a big name. Yeah. So this episode is tight, and I didn't even know this special existed until I was searching through Creepshow season 1, and I was like, it's got 3 specials. So this is the one I saw, and Shakespeare's Anonymous is a good episode that you can check out as well. So it's got some other specials as well. Check those out too. But this is my favorite one, called Shapeshifters Anonymous. So that is my first one. That is done. Probably, where can you find that one? You can find it on Amazon. Yeah, I think on Amazon Prime. I think you can find it there as well. So yeah, Creepshow. So after on Shudder as well. Shudder, yeah, Shudder, that Shudder app. And second choice,
I shuddered at the film choice on Shudder. It's not very good.
Shudder,
I'm a horror fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a bit annoyed. I looked at the Shudder app. I was going to do a free trial, but then there's like hardly any horror films I want to watch.
Yeah, I don't even use Shudder, but
I'm disappointed because there's like they're all distributed across all the different platforms. I was hoping Shudder
would still you. Let it evolve.
Yeah, good point. But I'm still annoyed. Shudder, sort your shit out. Anyway, try.
Shudder, sort your shit out.
Yeah, there's all sorts of problems with Shudder, but we're not going to get into that right now because that'll take forever. So, second choice I got right now. There's a little catch up. Falcon the Winter Soldier. Baby!
Oh, yes.
This is tight. Oh, man, it's 4th episode.
Much better than WandaVision. Jesus Christ.
So are you up to date, Ben? Are you up to date?
I've watched up to episode 4. Yeah, I'm up to date with you.
Okay. Baron Zemo is the man.
What a dirty little boy.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
Guy's a legend. The Dora Milaje, the women from Black Panther, the Special Elite Force, coming to get Baron Zemo, coming to collect him.
Can I just say the comic potential of the John Walker Captain America? Boy, he's egotistical. You got your ass whipped, boy.
He got bodied.
I love it.
It was amazing. It was like okay, I'm gonna get. You know what? His character's growing on me now because of what happened at the end of the episode. But like,
that was a brilliant moment.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Oh.
The visuals, the editing, the camera shot. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Tom, Dan, have you caught up or you just like want to catch up?
You carry on. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't mind.
I don't spoil anything too much, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it yet.
But yeah.
Feel free, man.
Okay, but yeah. So basically, what happens is Bucky, Sam, they release Baron Zemo, obviously from the movies, Civil War and stuff like that. They release him from prison, and then literally just wreaks havoc because they're trying to find the vials of the Super Soldier Serum. So that's basically the plot of the show so far, Super Soldier Serum. And Baron Zemo, as you know, he wants to destroy the serums once and for all. He doesn't want any super soldiers to exist. So that's basically his crux, and they're kind of going around town, and they have this kind of club scene. Kind of go to this kind of this place in Asia. I can't remember what they call it. And there's like a neon lights, and there's the club scene. It went viral as well on the internet as well. It actually went viral when Baron Zemo started dancing. They've got like an hour clip of it. Like Marvel actually released an hour clip of Baron Zemo just literally dancing.
What the fuck that was doing in my YouTube.
Literally, that's how over this show is right now.
I'm glad because Baron Zemo, right, at Civil War was buried in the background. Great film, but this is a lot more in depth. I'm so glad they brought him back.
The thing is, these acting skills is off the charts in the show because it's very understated, but at the same time, it's just so engaging.
That's it. He doesn't have to do.
He doesn't do anything. Exactly. The hard does anything.
Oh.
It's like he's just there and just like he's in the background. Sam and Bucky might be talking, then Zemo might say a little comment, and then they kind of go up to him, look at him, and look back at each other, and start talking again. It's just like it just lingers.
That's it.
But yeah, but as I said before, the main crux of episode 4, the one up to date right now, the Dora Milaje, because they are going to get their own show at some point. The Black Panther Elite Force, they're going to get their own show at some point, show their training, and that's going to be a separate show, and they're kind of leading this show towards to kind of do a launch pad to that show.
Yeah.
But the new Cap, John Walker, man, he's got some shoes to fill, but he's trying his best. So I'm gonna say he's trying his best, Tom. He's trying his best. But as you know, people are gonna they're testing him right now because they're saying you ain't Captain America. They're testing him, Tom. That's what I'm saying. That's what they do. So Bucky and Tom, basically Bucky and Sam, they ain't listening to him. They're like, yeah, whatever. Give him back the shield. You don't deserve it. Blah 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 blah. So John Walker, he's done extensive training. This guy, I don't want to say too much because you might see it at some point, but he just gets shown up by the Dora Milaje. I'm like, oh my days, he just gets shown up. I'm like, I felt so bad for him. I literally felt it for him. I was like, oh my days, he just got rocked up. It's like, hey, just touches one of them, and then he just gets bodied. I'm like, oh my god, all of them get bodied.
I gasped
Bucky,
when
Sam,
she rocked
John
it.
Walker, Battlestar, they all get wrecked.
I gasped at the end of episode 3 when she turned up, because unlike WandaVision, they've actually done cameos that are actually paying off.
This was
Not
amazing.
a waste of time.
This was amazing. The guy,
You know what I mean?
we thought he's
You know the Quicksilver thing, Troy,
Yes,
where it went nowhere, and you'd be like, oh,
went nowhere, zero.
yeah, like this at least is going somewhere, and I love the fact that they're paying off. I get nostalgic now when I see all the Marvel cinematic all the way through. It's been such a long journey, and it's just amazing to see them continue this thing.
Oh my gosh.
Love this show. I can't wait for Loki now. It's got me back into the MCU again.
So good, so good. He literally. Hey, I'm gonna say it right now. The Dora Milaje, they disabled Bucky. They took his arm off. Pressure points. Boom. Unlock that arm. Collapse to the ground. This is how savage they are. Took his arm. Just left it on the ground. It's like, yeah, you're trash. Get out of my face. John Walker disarmed. Took his shield away from him. The Dora Milaje, literally the leader, the one from the movies, the one that goes, move or you'll be moved. Her. She literally goes, hey, just leave that shield there. Don't worry about it. Just, you embarrassed him enough. Leave that shield. Drops it down the floor. And his guy was done. Mentally, he was finished. He snapped after that. He was done. He was mentally destroyed. I was like, oh, I felt it for him, bro. That was feels right there, bro. But at the end of that episode, my gosh, the rage of John Walker. Yeah, so I'm gonna say right now, the rage of John Walker, bro, was palpable. The blood in the shield, bruh. The blood in the shield. The visuals. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. The visuals alone. The masses, the world has seen John Walker's true form, bro. It's about to go off. It's about to go down next episode. But yeah, hey, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 10 out of 10 so far. Let's go. I'm ready. Disney Plus. You know what to do. Go watch it.
You're earning your money, Disney. You're earning your money.
You're in the money. This show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So good.
Seriously.
So good.
All right. Fair enough. So, where are we at?
We are on the internet.
Are we?
Dan, would you like to go next, buddy?
I'd love to go next.
Go on.
Go for it, buddy. Take the floor.
All right. So, I checked out something. I've seen this story before, but it was in like a graphic novel in a comic book.
Okay.
And I checked it out because I just noticed that it was a TV series. It's an animated TV series for mature audiences called Invincible.
Yes.
Ooh.
Such a good comic book. I've not seen the show yet, but I'm ready to listen.
Well, it hasn't actually finished airing the first season yet. The finale of the first season and the penultimate episode are still to air. But so far, if you were a fan of the comic book, you'll be a fan of the TV show.
Okay.
Just for absolute certain. As faithful as they can possibly be to it, they've been to it.
Oh, thank God.
If you like your dark and gritty masquerading as corny and simple, then you're going to enjoy this regardless of what else it is, because that's what the story really is. The story is really about things are a lot darker than the animation portrays in its coloring, or than the surface story would seem to suggest, and it does get unfolded across the series quite nicely. And anyone who's read the comic is going to know what I'm talking about when we're talking about that story. It begins with a young man called Mark Grayson, who is aware that his father is the most powerful superhero on the planet. His father is actually an alien from the planet Viltrum, has a very Superman-like backstory, but instead of crash landing here when his planet died, he claims to be an envoy for progress and peace and protection from Viltrum, helping planets gain and progress and move forwards. So kind of like an ambassador. but also Superman.
Mm.
And he looks like a Tom Selleck looking dude with the mustache. And
He does.
He's a handsome
It-
motherfucker.
sort
He's got
of
Gray really well.
he's really, really like, just without doing anything, he's really violently masculine.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of seems to be his superpower, is just uber masculinity.
That moustache is amazing.
And his superhero name is Omni-Man. And so Mark sat there looking at what Omni-Man can do. And there are other superheroes in this world as well. There's kind of an Avengers team, and there's a Teen Titans kind of team, and there's various other individuals.
Mm.
And you can kind of see all the tropes played out in some kind of way amongst all these characters, but it's not quite what you're used to in other comic books or in the MCU or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the story begins with, Mark is wondering if he's ever going to get his powers, with his father basically saying, yeah, they should have actually kicked in by now if you were going to get them, kind of thing. Like, people trying to downplay his hopes. And then one day he's working at his fast food job, part-time job, and picks up one bag of trash and can't even get it into the dumpster properly because he missed through it. And then tries his hardest with the second one, and it goes to London from, I think, it's either Florida or California or something like that. But yeah, and that's his first inkling that, his powers are coming. And he starts his road to becoming a superhero and calls himself Invincible.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dan, I have a question.
go for it.
So you've read the comics and you've seen the show. Can I just ask you how faithful, like, because I'm guessing the first season covers the first couple of issues. So is it really like, did they try, like with The Walking Dead, they tried to mix Robert Kirkman's other show that got made into TV series?
I wouldn't be surprised if that first, the first absolute test that Invincible goes through. I'm not going to give any other spoilers than that, but
But I know what you're talking about.
it's the first thing that really goes, oh,
Yeah.
and it's inevitable and it's coming and you know that it is, and it's like,
Yeah.
right, I think that's our finale for season 1.
Okay, but you sound really happy, so
Yeah. I heard good stuff about the show. Heard good stuff.
Everyone who's worked on this, animators, voice actors, director, producer, everyone that has, this is really good. You need to be okay with animated gore and quite violent injury and depictions of that. Mature themes throughout, and a good deal of sort of thriller, suspense, superhero action, real consequences kind of stuff. The Boys wouldn't be an unfair comparison. Wanted, the comic book, wouldn't be an unfair comparison. Like, you're that Garth Ennis feel to things that you can get. Like, you could even put up little bits of comparison to things like Sin City or 300.
Got ya.
Just little hints of that, but yeah.
You know what it reminds me of when you're depicting him, way it sounds to me. It reminds me of because I got the comics of a character called Hyperion from Marvel. Reminds me of him, the guy that's like, it gives the illusion of that he's a hero, but he's got some next evil tendencies to him.
There's elements that are kind of the same. I've read a couple of those ones. But yeah, really, really good series. Don't sleep on it because it looks like just another cartoon.
Mhm.
This is well worth a watch.
Gotcha. Watching that.
Done.
That's all I had for this week.
I am sold.
Sold. Dan, you've sold. Troy, well done. You're his pimp.
So
I'd really rather not be. That's a lot of responsibility.
exactly. What the heck?
Is Tom around?
I am.
Okay. Mr. Creepy in the Shadows.
Okay, so quick question. First of all, this is to Troy. I take it you still haven't got around to finishing The Flight Attendant yet.
You know what? I was busy as heck, but I did watch episode 2. I watched an episode. I watched an episode after. I'm taking my time, but I will watch it this week. I guarantee you. Because last week I was doing so much stuff, like editing and stuff. I was doing so much, but this time I got some time to myself, so I'll finish it off.
Fair enough.
For once, I got time to myself. For once this week.
Well, I kind of assumed that you wouldn't have finished it, so
yeah, it's getting close. I can tell. I can tell what's happening right now. The seeds have been sown.
Yeah, like you will enjoy it. There are some major twists, but you will have fun with it. All right, so as the email we got last week pointed out, I am sort of the crime guy, and it's been a little while since I've really looked at anything like that. And I was racking my brains for things that I would like to recommend to everyone. This is a show that isn't on anymore, but it was on the BBC. You can find it on things like Drama and stuff like that. It's a stupid show called New Tricks. Do you guys know this?
Okay, New Tricks.
Yeah.
No idea.
Some good shit.
Good show.
Right, so the basic premise for Dan and anyone else who doesn't know is there is a unit set up of retired police officers. The original 3 are played by Alan Armstrong, James Bolam, and what's his name? Waterman. Dennis Waterman.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point is they're all a bit old school. They're now retired, but they're being used to go over cold cases with a detective inspector leading them, who was played by, I'm trying to remember her name, Amanda Redman. And every week it's them going over a cold case, and essentially every week finding out using a mixture of new police methods and old school come here you slag type of police detection to find out. So Alan Armstrong plays a blatantly autistic guy who got fired from the police force for being an alcoholic. Waterman plays the one who you would expect to be the one who was taking backhanders, although they show in a later episode that every other member of his squad had taken a backhander and he was the only one who refused. So actually he is far more moral than people think he is.
Yeah.
But he's friends with lots of criminals.
Yeah.
He's the copper that all the criminals were willing to have a bit of a chat with. And that's where his part comes in. And James Bolam plays the one who was actually Amanda Redman's mentor. And so, yeah, basically the whole idea is every week they're doing that. After about 7 seasons, James Bolam left. Basically, they killed off the character by saying that he had cancer and he wanted to go and sort of retire in peace. And then the show went on for a couple of episodes with them kind of trying to get along without him before Dennis Lawson came in.
Yeah.
And he was brought in as a copper who was coming looking for a girl who'd gone missing for years, and something had come up for the first time ever, and then he agrees to stay on. So basically, then Alan Armstrong's character was written out, and Nicholas Lyndhurst took over, and is brilliant. Then Amanda Redman left, and Tamsin Outhwaite became the replacement. And then Larry Lamb took over from Dennis Waterman, basically. So they, over the course of 12 seasons, they replaced the whole cast. But that kind of worked because the whole idea was these were retired people anyway. So at some point they were going to want to step down completely, but they just couldn't let it go quite yet. And yeah, it's gritty in places, it's things like that, but it's really good fun. It's got a good sense of humour to it. For anyone who's a fan of Little Britain, Dennis Waterman does write and sing the theme tune.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah, and there isn't a huge amount else to say about it. I take it from the discussion that Troy and Ben both know this show. So what do you guys think?
I love how it's like because a lot now. There's a lot of younger people acting. This gives a chance for a lot of veteran actors to show their shots. I just love how light-hearted it is. It's not too serious.
It deals with serious subject matter, but it does it in a.
But they keep it light.
Yeah,
and that's what I love. And they're just all cheeky and they're great actors. Tamsin Althwaite is a lot underrated as an actress because she comes from EastEnders. Here's a fact: she's one of them that didn't have to go back. Well, she did, but I'm sure she's got reasons. But she's appeared in lots of stuff, so she's done quite well. I just love the easy and Gene Hunt's brother's in it. So that's always fun.
Gene Hunt's brother?
Yeah, the other.
No, he's not.
Oh no, I've got this wrong.
He's in Hustle.
Oh, Ben, you've done a good job today. No, yeah, but it's a good show and it's fun, and it's nice to. It's just an easy to watch show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. You had me at blatantly autistic.
Cool. What about the alcoholic part?
I mean, it is a little bit stereotypical. Like they know to leave his desk alone because he'll know if they've moved a damn thing on it, stuff like that. But it does work. He's the kind of person who's managed to kind of hold it together and have a professional career. But
totally here for that.
What's that?
Totally here for that.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got like all 12 series on DVD. I can lend them to you if you want to watch it.
Oh, sweet.
I forgot how long that show went on for. I was like, damn, 12 seasons.
Yeah, 12 seasons. It's impressive, isn't it? Yeah. And it didn't hurt. All of the changes worked. They didn't feel forced.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the one thing I always worry about when you replace cast is that it's going to feel forced that you did it, or you completely rewrite a character. That always kind of throws me when they do that. I will talk. There's one show where that really annoyed me that I will talk about at some point in the future, but not today.
Okay.
Just because that's not the one that I was planning to talk about, so I'm not going to. But all right, so that's my first pick. Second pick. Now I know Dan knows this show. I'm hoping that the two of you also know it. It's a very odd show, but it's one of my favorites. It's difficult for me to describe, so I'm just bringing it up because I love it. It's no longer on in the UK. There is still an American version of this show.
Can we guess it?
It started in the late 80s in the UK, although it had quite a few American and Canadian comedians. And it's all about improvisation. It's a show called Whose Line Is It Anyway? I take it we all know this show.
Yes.
This is manna from heaven.
Can I just say this is the first time I think I've seen every show on this list and gone, yep, I know that. All of them. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about it very long because, basically it was hosted by Clive Anderson in the UK version. It kind of made the names of Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles, who've gone on to do lots of other things. Ryan Stiles in particular. Yeah. In America, it was hosted by Drew Carey. And basically all of them took the piss out of him at a horrendous level. It also Wayne Brady kind of really made his name doing the American version of Whose Line.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I just like the format. It's a lot of it. It's all improvisation, which is cool. I mean, they play on stereotypes. Like they constantly on about the fact that Colin's bald, Ryan Stiles is tall and has a big nose. Things like that are just the tropes that they work with, but that's what the audience likes. And they get thrown things from the audience, which is always good. I mean, they also have stuff that they've probably worked on as well, but it's set up as an improv show. I don't quite know how to... The best episode ever, in my opinion, and I think Dan will probably agree with me on this, is for one episode of the American show, they got Robin Williams on.
Oh,
I remember, it
is one of the best
awesome
episodes because Robin Williams is a genius anyway, But he didn't even seem manic in that group because him and Colin Mockery just went at it constantly, and him and Ryan Stiles. It just worked. Sorry, no?
That episode.
I'm having a hard time staying in character.
Sometimes when you say Robin Williams, I'm thinking you mean the guy from Take That, but you mean the American.
Robin Williams, the amazing improvisational comedian.
Take That. Got it. Cool.
Voice of the genie in Aladdin.
My joke is terrible. But
yes, it is. That's why I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Anyone who hasn't seen Robin Williams do stand up, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I'm basing this purely on his hairstyle at the time. This was around the time that he was filming the film 1 Hour Photo, so he was playing a really dark character.
Oh,
and then when it did this,
Tom. That's underrated. That one.
Great film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Creepy.
But it gives you because his hair is completely bleached blonde, and the only time I ever remember him doing that was for 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's around the time that he's recording this as well. So shows you the range of the man. One of the things that I absolutely love is that the show always ends with either an Irish drinking song or a hoedown.
Oh,
which are always brilliant because the audience are the ones who give them the subject matter. So it's all about being quick on your feet.
Yeah. The hoedown on shoplifting.
Oh no, I don't know if I remember that one.
The one it really was a sin. It was a little revolver made of gelatin. It really was a bad idea, something I should have slept on, because I was arrested for carrying a congealed weapon.
Oh, God.
Colin Mockery.
I can imagine Colin Mockery doing that.
Penis joke.
The one that always sticks in my mind, because Ryan Stiles hated the hoedowns, and he was always the last one. And there's one that sticks in my mind. I mean, literally a couple of days ago, I was on YouTube, and it suggested me 10 best hoedowns from Whose Line Is It Anyway? So I was like, yeah, I'm on it. And it immediately started with Ryan Stiles doing, I'm not going to sing because I'm just not. It's the one about vending machines. Does anyone remember this?
I can't remember. But you got to,
so the first three have done their bits about vending machines, and it comes to Ryan Stiles as singing a song about a vending machine. Don't you know that's really not my scene? Trying to think of something clever with a little twist. If we do another hoedown, I'll slip my fucking wrists.
Oh damn!
Oh my god!
I snapped.
Yeah, but my favorite, I still think my absolute favorite one is the going bald hoedown, because you knew that everyone was going to go after Colin when they did the going bald hoedown.
I think I remember that as well. They always used to get him on purpose just to do it.
But I mean, I'm trying to remember. I'm actually trying to find it. I wrote it down earlier, and I'm trying to find it.
Oh, no.
So you had Brad Sherwood, who's an American comedian. Then Drew Carey occasionally used to appear in the hoedown bit.
Yeah.
Then he goes to, so you got all four of them in a row, and then it's Colin, then it's Ryan, and Drew was the worst for taking the piss out of Colin's hairline. So the Brad Sherwood comes on with, I am losing my hair and it really is a pain. I find out every morning when I see the shower drain. But as you can see, it isn't quite for me. At least I'm not quite as bald as Colin Mockery. And then you got Drew Carey goes, oh, damn it, you stole my rhyme. So he spends like a minute trying to work out a new one. Comes back with, I have all my hair and I really am quite happy. I like putting stuff in my hair. It makes me look real snappy. I love to comb my hair. I never need a breather. I'm so happy I'm not Colin Mockery either. Then comes to Colin, and this is my favourite bit. This is just, people always kid me because I'm losing all my hair. I can't really help it that I'm follically impaired. It really is quite horrible, but my life is not through. I still get way more sex than either Brad or Drew.
Either Brad or Drew.
And I'm not going to do any more. There are so many. Go onto YouTube and just type in hoedowns. There's one that's an hour and a half long of just every fucking hoedown they ever did, which is, there are some that are not good. But if you go for like one that's a top 10 or a top 20, you'll get the kind of the hits of this. And it plays to my stupid sensibilities. I love the hoedowns. I love loads of things. These suggestions from a hat, scenes from a hat. All that kind of stuff. It's just.
I've got one here, actually.
Go on.
Colin Mockery in Scenes from a Hat discussions that ruin a dinner party.
Go on.
So then my colon is lying on my chest, and I wake up in the middle of the surgery, and I accidentally swallow half of it. How did that happen? I'm wondering. And all of a sudden, that's when the laxative hits. So I'm lying there wondering, how the heck am I going to get out of this? And then Ryan pulls him off stage.
Nice. But yeah, anyway, for those of you, I'm sorry, I apologize that I have gone on about this, but for those of you who don't know Whose Line, watch the UK version, watch the American. They are slightly different because different sensibilities, different sense of humor, but it's all about the speed. Colin Mockery, like I said, in about 2013, they actually brought Whose Line is back in America with Aisha Taylor as the host.
Okay.
Do you guys know who Aisha Taylor is?
Yeah, she's from Criminal Minds and that actor.
She was Joey's girlfriend who ended up with Ross in Friends, the black woman.
Oh yeah, she did, yeah.
Charlie.
She did, yeah.
Charlie from Friends. She was a black paleontologist or whatever the hell it was.
Plus, if you're a gamer, she's everywhere.
Yeah, but she is now the host of it. It came back on again the end of last year, so it's still going. And Ryan Stiles still appears fairly regularly. Colin Mockery's there pretty much the whole time. But Colin Mockery also, and occasionally Ryan Stiles, they come back to the UK and do live shows with Clive Anderson still. So in 2019, in December 2019, I went and saw them at the Royal Albert Hall just before lockdown and everything. I saw Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, and Clive Anderson. I can't remember who the other two were. At the Royal Albert Hall, and I nearly died with laughter. It was so good. And they're so much more blue when they don't have the cameras on as well.
I have to say, like the Drew Carey ones do have some of the best guest appearances.
Oh yeah, they're good and great. But like I say, Robin Williams is Wayne Brady is flipping amazing. I love seeing him.
He's so good. He's so good.
But Robin Williams, just that one-off occasion. So there's a scene that I referenced vaguely a minute ago, where it's him and Ryan are Italian waiters or Italian chefs in a restaurant, and the two of them are having an argument. Va for Napoli, and then Colin is the director coming in going, "Stop! Wait, that was terrible." And Robin Williams going, "I'm having a hard time staying in character." It's just ridiculously stupid. So good. Go and watch it. You will laugh your ass off if you're a fan of that kind of thing. If you like Robin Williams, you'll love it.
Also, the Richard Simmons ones are absolutely hilarious.
True. I'll grant you that. But yeah, I'm not going to say more because I've gone on way too long about Whose Line Is It anyway. It's fucking awesome. It is comedy gold and comedy. These guys are now comedy royalty in my eyes because of Whose Line. Improvisation is a fucking pain in the ass to try and do.
It's skill.
And they do it to perfection. So rarely are there are always duds in any show, but so rarely with that group of people do you get really bad stuff. And so, yeah. Like I said, just watch it. It's awesome.
Oh, but Tom, though, you know what this reminds me of? Because you know the Goosebumps card game. Did you ever know that? Did you ever use that? That we used to put the card on the floor, make a story about it. Put another card down, make a story about it. Remember?
Oh God, yeah.
That was hard. I did it with my little sister. Ever since then, I was like, "Whose Line Is It Anyway?" Great show. I love stuff. Improvisation is amazing for me. I love it.
Well, I did a little bit of sort of drama-y stuff at university, and improvisation used to annoy the crap out of me.
Improv. I did improv comedy at uni just for fun.
Well, yeah, you and me both. But I mean, I could do it, but I was never it wasn't my natural thing. I was more of a comedy writer than just a go up and make it up on the spot type of thing.
Yeah.
So I have a huge amount of respect for anyone who can do it well because I've seen so much bad improv. But Whose Line is just brilliant.
I've always been an improv guy. If you tell me to do something, I'll be like, I ain't prepared for it. I'm like, okay, last minute, let's go. I'm that kind of guy.
Oh, I can do it. I'm just...
Yeah.
I've seen so much bad improv that I always think, oh God, it could be terrible.
Yeah.
So that's my reasoning for not being a fan of it. But
exactly, yeah.
Like I say, I am a fan of it when it's done well. And Whose Line is improv done at its absolute best.
Yeah, perfection, yeah.
So yeah, those are my picks.
Love it.
Lovely. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everyone. Right, lovely. We've got one email from Stephen Lancashire. He just wants to talk about beards. Oh boy.
Okay.
Here we go. I've seen Troy's YouTube channel. You look like a homeless guy outside of Tesco. Why did you decide to finally shave your beard?
Okay, that's the question. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Wow.
It's part one.
Sorry, who's this from again?
Stephen from Lancashire.
Stephen, harsh.
Yeah, I know.
Homeless.
Well,
My
Dan,
goodness.
his question to you is, we know that Dan's beard is ginger, obviously, but does it look like the Tango Man has attacked it?
Who is this guy? Let me find him.
I don't know. Obviously,
Yeah,
Tom
I know
Haggard,
who this guy is.
Peter Jackson, Sasha. Okay, we get it. Brian Bless. How do you keep your beard nice and fluffy? And Ben, do you have a beard? I keep mine shaved off because of my wife. Unfortunately, I had one that looked like a bird's nest at one point. I had a proper metal beard. Not allowed one now.
Mine can just about pass for Brian if I'm not under too harsh a light.
So you don't go to people and go, "Who you've been tangoed?" No.
It's never happened.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Hey, I know about if I've seen. Yeah, you show me a picture of your beard, yeah, and we'll see how it looks. But my beard is amazing. Was amazing. So good.
My beard is fairly short at the moment, but when it's long, it's a mixture of grey, brown, black, and silver, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, and there's usually a bit of ginger in there as well.
I'll go be honest, Troy. Your beard at one point, I thought fucking birds were going to come. Disney princess birds were going to come flying out of it, like from Snow White. It was big.
My beard is.
Hamzat Shemaya beard.
Yeah, I had that old school Russian beard. That's what I had right there.
Well,
Yeah,
Dan knew me when I grew my beard for an entire year.
Trust me, I was trying to reach a milestone, but I couldn't do it. I was like, nah, man. They were like, Troy, you got to get rid of it. I was like, ah.
No, I did it for charity.
Yeah. That's a good cause. Good cause.
I grew my hair and I grew my beard. I didn't cut either of them for a full year, which meant I had the world's longest fucking mullet and a beard that just was Dumbledore-esque.
It's something that for me, it's like when I get a massive amount of hair, I get spots. So I gotta be careful with it, how long it is. So
yeah,
that's why I had to go. Boop, had to go.
No, fair enough.
Okay. He wants to know why we don't talk about Russian shows. That's a bit
Russian shows. Look,
Russian shows. Eastern European shows. Netflix is doing lots of them. Why have you guys not done them?
In all honesty, I hadn't thought of it.
We can.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
That's the simple answer.
That's a reasonable question. There's no particular reason why we don't.
Yeah.
We just haven't got to them yet. But I'm sure we're quite open-minded on this podcast. I think, we've got with Tara and Alex as well as regular guests here and there. We've got quite a diverse bunch of people who watch a lot. Even between the four of us, there's a lot of diversity going on each week. So we will get there one day, no doubt. One of us will bring it to the table.
Trust me, I watch everything.
I'll go and have a look. I'll go and have a look at some.
I watch. Trust me, if anyone knows me, I watch everything.
For the suggestion of maybe give one a go.
Yeah, if anyone's got any good recommendations, tell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. His last question is not happening. Do you ever review hentai? Like I've said before on this podcast, we're never doing hentai. Seriously. It's not a thing that is happening.
I have watched it in the past, yes.
Yeah, we know you have, Troy. That's not
I was really young when I was really young, so yeah, let's get out of the way. Really young.
You still watch it now, but that's fine.
Hell no.
That's fine.
12 for that.
How old are you now, Troy?
Oh, I don't know if I should say my age on there. I don't know.
Okay.
Find out next week on.
I think in a couple of years' time, the 40-year-old virgin can be rebooted for Troy. It's fine. Anyway, so any more questions? Would you Tom, Dan, which one of you wants to pimp us out?
I've said I'm on strike.
Okay.
I'm on strike.
Why are you on strike?
Because you were treating me like performing monkey.
We don't get paid for this, bro. It's free.
I've now decided that I'm on strike in solidarity with Dan. I'm with you, brother.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow!
Come on, Dan. Okay, I see.
What is going on with this
Oh
podcast?
my
I
God.
would like to point out that Stephen, I was just quoting Stephen. I don't.
Oh yeah, for that beard comment, I'm a strike as well.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks, Steve.
And that virgin comment by you, Ben, I'm a strike.
So
The
next week,
Workers United
we'll-
And the
shall never be
rapist comment at the
defeated.
beginning of the
Oh
episode.
yeah, the rapist. Yeah, but yeah, wait a second. Yeah, the first comment at the beginning, I'm on strike. Even more strike. Yeah, there we go.
So I'm hoping next week we can open the episode with Stephen apologising for those jokes about beards, because you know this ain't my fault.
Trying to deflect.
I mean, Troy's got hit twice. I feel sorry for Troy. I apologise for the rapist joke, but hey, it was what Google told me a Troy salmon was. So you take it up with Google.
Cool. How dare you?
Google, don't be evil.
Totally
Evil Google.
Google. Right. So Tom, if they want to email us, or what do they do?
They listen to Ben as he gives them the email address.
But, you know, okay. Square Eye
He's
Syndrome.
on strike. He's on strike.
Square Eye Syndrome 2020@gmail.com. Have I got it right? Cool.
Correct.
Brilliant. Lovely. Right. So these guys are on strike. So it's goodbye. And that'll be it because they've all fucked off. So I'm going to have to go and get some new people. All right then. So you're going to say goodbye or are you going to stay on strike?
It's bye from me.
Bye from me.
That's bye from me for now.
I'll have smug mode next week. I can't make any promises. Bye bye. You bastards. Get back across the line.